sister of feathers, I've seen you before. Down by the tide, where the salt winds roar. Every life we've lived, every wave we've crossed, one of us stays and the other is lost.
Brother of fire, I know you by name. Every birth a circle, every loss the same. Still I hope the storm leaves you standing tall, even if I'm the one who must answer the call.
Fox and goose by the water's side, bound by tide we can't outride. Every life the story's told, one must break, the other must hold. And maybe this time, maybe we'll see, we both make it out, we both run free. I've howled to the night when you slipped away, left with the dawn and the grief of day. But your voice in the wind always pulled me through, and I swore with my heart I'd remember you.
I float above when you stayed below, watched your shadow fade where the seagrass grows. And though fear still cuts like the cold salt rain, I will love you beyond every life's refrain.
Fox and goose by the water's side, bound by tide we can't outride. Every life the story's told, one must break, the other must hold. But maybe this time, maybe we'll see, we both make it out, we both run free. If I fall, I'll carry your song. If you go,
My love still lives on.
together storm may break us, but never erase the bond of our souls in the ocean's embrace.
Brother of fire, don't fear what's ahead. Life is a circle, not the end when we're dead. Take my wings with you, let them guide your way. Even if I'm not there, come the breaking day.
Sister of feathers, don't carry the blame. Each life we've lived, we've been more the same. Through the ebb and the flow, through the grief and the gray, I'll meet you again by the sea someday. Fox and goose by the water's side, bound by tide we can't outride. Every life the story's told, one must break, the other must hold. But maybe this time, maybe we'll see, we both make it out, we both run free. We both make it out, we both run free.
I saw a man dressed in gold thread. He whispered my name like it already And when I asked if he was God, he laughed and said, no, I'm the one God envies. I walked down through 7 doors, each one heavier than before. He offered wine, I drank the sin, said to find the truth, you let it in. Greed had a tongue that knew my name. Dante just watched, said, ain't that a shame? Oh, I sold my heaven for a velvet kiss, and I danced in hell like I'd never be missed. Told myself this is penance, this is art, but I stitched my sin to my beating heart. The devil didn't lie, he just let me talk, let me paint my pride in sidewalk chalk. Said the wind will wash it, you'll forget, but my name was still wet in the cement. Dante held the map, but I threw the darts. Greed grinned wide with a crown spots. You don't fall all at once, you choose it in fractions. Every yes to what you knew would burn, every silence that became a sermon. Oh, I touched the flame just to feel alive. Said, God, forgive me with blood in my eyes. If you see me now, walking crooked through light, no, I'm not lost, just learning to fight. Greed was a mirror Dante adored, and I was the fool who asked for more.
Chains in the mind, dust in my veins, moonlight cut through the window pane. Dog on a leash, claws in the plane. The night raised me up and it taught me to stay. Oh, howl at the flame, crawl through the dark, call out my name. Ghosts in the choir, tools in the hay. Set your soul on fire, set your body ablaze. I was the runt in the graveyard fights, bleeding on the stones under coasty lights. Vampires laughing, said I wouldn't survive, but I sharpened my hunger just to stay alive. Pulled on the chain till the iron bone cracked, shadow in my chest, but I never looked back. Lonely with the phantoms, wolves at my side. We were cursed, we were broke, but we learned to rise. Ooh, howl at the flame, call out my name. Howl at the flame, call out my name. Howl at the flame, call out my name. Call out my name, call out my name. Ghosts in the choir, faces in the flames. Set your soul on fire, set your heart ablaze. I will rage like a coffin nail, sharp and cold. My revenge was a feast, thought it made me bold, but the witches sang truth in the midnight pie. You can burn the whole world, still be left with fire. So I lit my chest like a lantern's glow, turned sorrow to a torch for the judges to know. Not the cruelest of eyes, but the one
love and the kin, it's the bond that lives. Break the curse,
Break the curse,
raise the flame,
raise the flame,
burn to ash,
burn to ash,
speak the name,
speak the name.
Now I lead with the howl that shakes the tomb. Every ghost in the rafters sings the tune. From the bayou mist to the graveyard stage, we're a haunted choir full of midnight rage.
Nose to the sky, no vengeance remains. We're builders of fires, not keepers of chains. From the shadows we came, now the darkness obeys. We are storm, we are spell, set your soul ablaze.
I'll let the flames crawl through the dark, call out my name. Ghosts in the choir, those in the head, set your soul alight, set them all ablaze.
Heart ablaze, whisper in the dark. Chains undone, moonlight crown, the one you fear, the night made one.
Oh Lord, where do we go when the doors are locked and the choir's gone home? When even the madman cries for peace, what name do we moan? The walls don't echo like they used to do. Sanctuaries cracked and bleeding through. Voices raised, not to praise, but to plead. Stop this madness, but madness don't hear. You said come as you are, but they came with guns. You said peace, be still, but the war's begun. I lit a candle, then the sky caught fire. Now the saints are running and the devils wear choirs. The preacher's gone ghost, left the word behind, and I keep writing psalms with a panicked mind. Put my hope in hymns, but they don't play fair. All I hear is thunder and smoke in the air. Whisper me mercy, hold me like ash. Tell me the stories before they collapse. I don't want vengeance, I just want truth. I want my home back, I want my youth. You said come as you are, but the door slammed shut. You said love is a law, but we bled too much. I screamed stop this madness with nothing to lose. Now I dance in the ruins, wearing broken shoes. Oh Lord, where do we go when even the silence says no?
Well, the devil went down to Mississippi now. He was looking for some chump. Got run out of Georgia, tail on fire. Now he's limping with a scowl and a lump. He said these folks are simple, poor, and slow, should be easy pickings to win. But he didn't know that Mississippi folks don't break, they bend and grin. So he kept walking. Found a town with iron gates and letters carved in rusted brass. Jackson it read, and the devil grinned. Now this got some class. Well, the devil went down to Jackson now, and he felt right at home. Tipped his hat to the statue downtown, said, damn, I ain't alone. Found a bar with neon songs and a jukebox full of sin. Ordered whiskey with communion bread and lit a fire within. Oh, the choir sang low and the preacher took a bow. Ain't no angels here, just folks who know how. The bartender swore she saw his hooves when he crossed the floor, but served him 2 for 1 and begged him for more. Now the smoke don't rise and the saints don't frown, since the devil went down to Jackson now. He got a room at the Motel Grace with a view of the county jail, where half the town is done sometime and the other half made bail. He preached a sermon in the Waffle House about how heaven feels like loss, and tipped the waitress with a wink and a counterfeit wooden cross. Oh, the moon turned red, but the blue stayed true. Oh, we ain't God's chosen, but we're close enough, boo. The sheriff said, I know your face, but I won't tell, 'cause the mayor's got your number and he likes it well. Ain't no brimstone, just a barbecue crown. Now the devil lives down in Jackson now. He don't steal your soul, he rents it by the hour, leaves tips and prayer jars and grows roses from gunpowder. They say he hums Amazing Grace while counting sins and chalk, and folks who walk beside him swear the shadows start to talk. Well, the angels weep, but the jukebox plays. Haunts old town, ain't holy, but we still got praise. If you want a miracle, just look around. The devil's tithing and the lost are found. They don't pray to leave, they just pass the crown, since the devil came down to Jackson now. And do you know how I know the devil is there? Because there's not a church on this earth that needs a spin road.
Every time, up and down, he came down the mountain with smoke in his lungs and the law on his tongue.
I came down the mountain, beard trimmed so fine, commandments in hand to renew and redefine. Stone tabs in the sack, silver chain swinging, voice like the thunder when heaven starts singing. These rhymes ain't bars, they're borders of state. You break these lines, you seal your own fate. Pharaohs weep when I open my jaw, 'cause I don't just spit verse, I manifest law.
Truth cut deep like a vein of the mountain, thirsty for penance, don't drown in the fountain. Law written in blood, wash me clean of the stains. No riches compared to the sweet summer rains.
I'm not your prophet with the white glowing teeth, it's the one that spits storms through your radio beat. Turntables like you turned the seat. DJ Exodus scratch and 10 decrease. I speak for the ones who've been crushed by the crowns, the quiet of the dirt, not the ones in pearl gowns. You flex with diamonds, God sends his plague, your empire will fall, it's always the same.
You want commandments, I got 10 for you. You want peace, I'm trying to come through.
You want glory, then bow to the flame, 'cause I'm holy with rhythm and righteous with aim.
Truth cut deep like a vein of the mountain, thirsty for penance, don't drown in the fountain. Law written in blood, wash me clean of the stains. No riches compared to the sweet summer rain.
This shit ain't fashion, it's meant for the furnace. I dress for judgment, I breathe prayers, he won't burn us. These verses ain't kind, but they necessary. Heaven come to bury kings in a burning seminary. Name another who could talk from Sinai's peak and still walk down to befriend the meek. This is doctrine over drum kicks, stone tablets, gold chains and revolution ticks.
I didn't come to play, I came to make waves. And when my beat drops, you
Thunder on my back, rain on my skin. Try to break me down, but the light stayed in. All the dark I faced was a test of flame, but I walked through the blood with my holy name. Grace is the power, the will I choose. Endless trials, but I never lose. Storm can't drown me, sea can't slake. Love stays pure for the love I make. Every wind that screamed tried to tear my soul. Every wave that crashed with a weight to hold. But I bowed my head, let the storm roll past. Love is the anchor, the truth that lasts. I could have burned with rage, I could have cursed the sky, but I wanna forgive and I'll testify. Through the pain I carried, I wrote my song. Now my weakness make me twice as strong. Grace is the power, the will I choose. Endless trials, but I never lose. Storm can't drown me, sea can't slake. Love stays pure for the love I make. Grace is control when the tempest calls, the strength to stand when the thunder falls. Not the storm outside, but the one within, that I temper with love and I turn to win. I set my heart ablaze, but I guard the flame. I don't waste my soul on a hollow blade. Growth is the gift when the floods are done. Every shadow I meet bleeds the morning sun. Thunder hit hard, but I never did break. Kept my hands clean when the world turned fake. From the gallows to the hole, they bet I'd fall, but I rose to the storm, now I stand so tall. Got rain in my shoes, mud on my knees. Don't do nothing but give, I don't beg, I seize. Something inside, mark me a winner. Still wearing my sin, but no longer a sinner. They said pick the bottle, they said pick the blade, but I picked the light, let the fury fade. I could have burned it all down just to feed my lies, but revenge don't last, it just eats inside. So I built my house on a stormy block. Let my rage for the flame, let the fire talk. Now I rap with the word, the streets in my chest. Heavy with struggle, but I walk and I'm blessed.
Aplaudí las manos,
Aplaudí las manos,
levanta la voz,
levanta la voz.
quédate en gracia,
Quédate en gracia,
mala decisión.
toma la decisión. Yo crecí en tormenta, sangre en la piel, pero nunca perdí lo que soy, mi papel. Con el alma en llamas, me paré derecho. La calle me hizo duro, pero tengo now I walk with the fire, but it don't consume. It's a lantern of love in a dark red room. Every trial I faced was a hand that praised, but she carved my soul, left the shape of bliss. And I sing in the storm, not against its will, for the deep of my heart is the power still. I'm survived by love and I rise by song. Through the endless night I've been growing strong.
Aplaudí las manos,
Aplaudí las manos,
levanta la voz,
levanta la voz.
quédate en gracia,
Quédate en gracia.
mala decisión.
No me tienta la venganza, me mantiene el honor. Construyo mi camino con fe y con amor. Desde el barro y el fuego encontré mi raíz. Un rapero con gracia y un alma feliz. Grace is the power, the will I choose. Endless trials, but I never lose. Storm can't drown me, sea can't slake. Love stays pure for the love I make.
His is the power, love is the will, love is the anchor,
And I'm standing still.
Stone tablets don't lie, but pastors do. So I picked up the chisel myself.
I wrote the 10 Commandments, bitch, carved them in a parking lot. Not from heaven, straight from the block. With chalk on concrete that's still too hot. Burn my palms on holy thought. Still ain't stopped, still God taught. Grew up with prophets, get ghosted. Bible in flames and a sermon toasted. Church folk flex, but the spirit's missing. So I dropped 10 rules and said, try listening. Thou shalt treat people like they matter facts. Thou shalt love earth like your mama's back. Thou shalt kill greed with a baseball bat. Thou shalt not front if your heart ain't that. I ain't talking about Moses, homie. I'm the author now, write that slowly. I wrote the 10 Commandments, bitch. Try and stone me. Number 5, get smarter, shut up. We read books in this holy cut up. Number 6, don't touch what ain't yours. Consent is king, praise the Lord. 7, kill that hate with a handshake. 8, feed the soul, not a brand name. 9, let the weirdos shine, cause God got taste and they still divine. 10, say thanks, that's sacred breath. Gratitude's gangster, don't forget. Thou shalt uplift all like it's bread. Thou shalt share your crown instead. Thou shalt feel when the world is dead. Thou shalt dance while the blood runs red. I ain't got robes, I got bars, and I spit them loud like heaven scars. I wrote the 10 Commandments, bitch, not for rules, for stars. As members of the First Baptist Church of America, we don't bow to fear. We walk in sweat and sacred mischief. We ain't perfect, but we try.
Bind me in silk, call it devotion. I am the daughter of blade and ocean. You dress me in white, but my blood runs through. And the armor you gave me, I outgrew. There's no shame in the silence I keep, no mercy in vows I swore too deep. You name me pure, you name me cold, but I carved my name in burning gold. White armor, red eyes, don't call it grace. I stood for peace, but they made me a blade. If power is sin, then let God strike me down. But know that I never once laid down. I wore the weight like it was mine to own. And I walk through fire in a kingdom alone. Shackles of silk, crown made of frost. You called it order, I counted the cost. Each step a vow, each breath a scar. They called me Chunkitsu, but I remember who you are. I remember the silence before the scream, the stillness of truth in a violent dream. They dressed me in purity, caged in steel, but I never forgot what it meant to feel. White armor, red eyes, call it what you will. I stood for something, even standing still. I didn't break, I chose the strain of carrying love through blood and pain. If you see fire when I pass, care don't march to drums, don't light the match, don't load the guns. We stand in gardens, we sing in halls, we bury names they print on walls. We don't want the war, let the spoiled ones fight, let the silver spoon soldiers burn up the night. We've carried too many to the edge of the flame. We don't want the war, we remember the name. Whoa. People who care don't build the bombs. We hold the babies when the sirens come. We share our bread, we stitch the torn. We live like peace was ever born. We don't want the war, let the broken boys scream, let them throw their gold tantrums inside their machine. But don't you dare draft our silence or shame. We don't want the war, we remember the name. We don't want the war, let the spoiled ones fight, let the silver spoon soldiers burn up the night. We carry too many to the edge of the flame. We don't want the war, we remember the name.
Coasty winds blowing through a trailer park dream. Salt in my veins, sand in the seams. Grew up poor, but I held my esteem. Turned the struggle to a fight, now I'm chasing a dream. Barefoot little boy on the Gulfport shoreline. Daddy gone ghost, left his rust-stained chair. Mama working doubles just to stretch one dime. So I learned too young there ain't nobody playing fair. Big Katrina done hit, took the roof off twice. Neighbors passed the plate just to keep us alive. Lost friends to the bottle, cousins to the pills. Every tragedy a scar, but it gave me the will.
Coasty winds blowing through a trailer park dream. Salt in my veins, sand in the seams. Grew up poor, but I held my esteem. Turned the struggle to a fight, now I'm chasing the gleam.
White trash zero with a bag of tin cans. Patching up the holes, the storms blew and bad. Poverty's a teacher, tragedy my guide. Every loss I carry is the fuel I ride. Coastal nights bumming with the crickets and trains. I was riding time in the shadow of pain. Now I punch at the clock for the time that I lose. Never had that much but the freedom to choose. Here we shine in the dark, where the broke folks are. climbed out the mud, still reaching for stars. Never pity my past, it's the fire in my brain. Every scar that I got made the man I became. Cold steel winds blowing through a trailer park dream. Salt in my veins, sand in the seams. Turn my sorrow to a tulip, a supreme. From the bottom of the coast, now I'm living a dream.
Sister of feathers, I still hear your song. Though the roads I've walked have been rough and long, years of carved lines where the sea once lay. But I dream of your wings at the close of day.
Brother of fire, though the storms have grown, I still keep your howl in my heart like stone. Distance may scatter what we used to be, but I carry your flame as it carried me. Across the tides, across the years, through broken homes and salted tears. We're changing, we're aching, still we say we'll find each other again someday.
I've learned to be harder, I've learned to be kind, carved by the struggle, but I still don't mind. If the boy that I was is not who you see, may the man I've become still be family.
I've carried the weight of another's fight, guided the lost through the endless night. If I'm not the girl that you used to know, I'm a woman who prays that our roots still grow. Across the tides, across the years, through broken homes and salted tears. We're changing, we're aching, but still we say we'll find each other again someday. Will you know my face if I've aged with the rain? Will you know my voice if it carries the pain together? Through the turning of time, through the breaking of days, our love is the compass, our hearts still blaze. Across the tides, across the years, through broken homes and salted tears. We're changing, we're aching, but still we say we'll find each other again someday. We'll find each other again someday.
I lit the candles with a match I stole from the diner where we kissed in the winter cold. I wore my best shirt, the one he said looked holy, and laid my hands on the bed like an altar made lowly. The altar's still warm, but the God never came. I whispered his name, but the silence just sang. He said he'd be back, well, so did the flood. I wait in this church made of dust and of blood. The hymn book's torn, the pages thick with wine. I marked every song with the shape of his spine. I carved a cross in the fog on the glass. He left in the night like a second sun passed. I offered my rib, I swallowed the flame. I learned every verse, but forgot my own name. He taught me devotion, then vanished in smoke. Now I baptize my wounds in the prayers that I've showed. The altar's still warm, and the ash smells like him. I sing to the shadows in the chapel gone dim. If loving's a sacrament, then call me insane. I kissed the divine and was left with the stain.
Chains on my neck, dust in my teeth. They said I was weak, but I learned how to breathe. Dog on a leash, fighting for release. Run to the litter, but I found my peace. Lonely in the dark, but I made my stand. Scratched out a crown with my bare two hands. They called me nothing, I became a flame. Better to build than destroy the name. Underdog fighting for a piece of the plate. World said wait, but I couldn't just wait. Every rival a lesson, every bruise a prayer. Every look of doubt lit a fire in the air. Pulled on the chain till it snapped like glass. They said stay down, I said kiss my past. Competition cut me, rivalry fed me. Loneliness carved out the man who led me. Lonely in the dark, but I made my stand. Scratched out a crown with my bare two hands. They called me nothing, I became a flame. Better to build than destroy the name. I was cold in the chest, I was numb in the night. Lit a spark in my soul just to find me a light. Every cut, every scar, every tear on my face. Poured oil on the fire, set my heart ablaze. Ash in my lungs, but it taught me to breathe. Heat in my spirit, no leash could seize. When the world turned its back, I burned through the haze. I was forged in the dark, now I shine in the blaze. I wore rage like a blade, sharp and cold. Dreamed of vengeance, thought it made me bold. But revenge is hollow, it don't feed the pack. Every throat you cut just pulls you back. I learned it's the bind, not the blood in the sand, that turns a run child to a leader of land. Alpha ain't the cruelest, Alpha is the strong. Strong enough to say revenge is wrong. Lonely in the dark, but I made my stand. Scratched out a crown with my bare two hands. They call me nothing, I became a flame. Set fire to my soul when the pain got deep. Turned sorrow to a torch I was sworn to keep. Anger tried to own me, vengeance tried to claim, but I burned those chains in a holy flame. Now the blaze in my chest is a guide, not a curse. It builds, it lifts, not a hunger that hurts. You can strike me down, I rise through the haze. Every loss is a spark, set your heart ablaze. Break the leash, break the leash. Feed the weak, feed the weak. Raise the young, raise the young. Build the streets. Now I walk with my scars like tattoos of war. Every loss I carried opened one more door. From the trailer park nights to the neon glow. From the silence of the run to the voice they know. And I held not alone, but with him by my side. Community, the armor that I wear with pride. Better to build than to burn down the dream. Better to guide than to tear at the seam. Lonely in the dark, but I made my stand. Scratched out a crown with my bare two hands. They called me nothing, I became a flame. Better to build than destroy the name.
Dog on a leash, now the chain don't bind. Run to the alpha, but the pack's my spine. Raised in the struggle, but I broke that fate. Set your heart ablaze, now retaliate.